and gentlemen, if getting the vaccine injection was a pain for the Aam Aadmi, now get ready for a tax jab along with your vaccine jab. All vaccines that are procured by private hospitals and clinics not only have differential pricing, but will now also invite GST. So you may pay 300 or 600 or 900 or even 1500, different prices for different vaccines, the three vaccines, Covishield, Covaxin and the Sputnik vaccine, which has now become available. Here's an illustration of what it's going to cost the citizen. While it's delightful news that the first Sputnik 5 jab was administered in Hyderabad today, it's not really welcome for many Indians that they have to shell close to 995 rupees. Yes, 995 rupees, which includes GST. While the ones that are being administered, imported Sputnik, will also be produced in India and the cost may come down, there are no guarantees on that as well, at least as of now. States that are already shelling out a lot to ramp up health infrastructure are now opposing this 5% GST that has been leveled. But the government's logic is completely different, saying that the GST levied on vaccines is because this GST that will be earned will be given to the states as well. In fact, 50% of the states of the GST collections goes to the states, and that's what the finance minister has said. This GST, which is also levied on vaccines, makes the vaccines cheaper for the producers because the producer can claim an input cost and therefore has some sort of an incentive to produce vaccines in India. If there is absolutely no profit margin, why will anybody come and do social service? So that's the logic, that input costs versus GST balancing out makes this cheaper for the manufacturer. If it wasn't cheaper, that price will also be passed on to the consumer. And also the government says that it's not just the 50% out of the GST kitty that the states get, they also get 41% of the 50% that the center gets, which is 70% of the GST collection will in any case go to the states. So why are they cribbing about this? Forget the citizen in the middle of all of this. So the legitimate question we're asking on the News Hour tonight, is the government creating vaccine classes? भाई तुम कौन से वाले हो? 300 रुपए वाले हो? मैं 1500 वाला हूँ. तुम 900 वाले हो? मैं 1200 वाला हूँ. Are these classes for vaccines really logical? That's the question and the debate on the other side. Vaccine price pain, that's the hashtag and the debate coming up.
You're watching the News Hour at 9. Debate number 2 on Times Now. Super Prime Time.
And to my panel tonight and to Dr. Patra first. Dr. Patra, आप ऐसा करिए, अगर कोई इस देश में कोविड से ना मरे तो वो या तो जीएसटी से मर जाएगा या आपकी पेट्रोल प्राइस से तो मर ही जाएगा, क्योंकि भोपाल में 2 दिन पहले 100 रुपए पार कर गया था पेट्रोल प्राइस. तो आप लगे रहिए, डॉक्टर आप भी हैं, अब आप लोगों का प्राइस अटैक से इलाज करना शुरू कर दीजिए. डॉक्टर पात्रा, व्हाई, व्हाट इज द लॉजिक फॉर जीएसटी ऑन वैक्सीनेशन?
Navika, I'll answer 2 parts of this question. The first part is whether the differential pricing of vaccine is essential, and second part, why the GST? Why not do away with GST? See, as far as differential pricing is concerned, at the outset, I would say no, differential pricing is something which does not augur well with the people, and that too during the pandemic. But why a differential pricing? Why do we have Pfizer with different price, Moderna with different price, we have Sputnik, we have Johnson, we have Covaxin, we have Covishield, and many others in the offing? It's because of the fact that these are desperate situations, and during desperate situations, the only luxury that we don't have is time. We are racing against time, and that's the reason as to why worldwide, in fact, the vaccine production has been opened up, has been ramped up, and many of the private players have, not only many, in fact, most of the private players have jumped into the fray. And that's the reason as to why we cannot dictate, no government in the world, neither America nor the European Union, no one can dictate one price for these private players. Well, we can negotiate, which the government of India has also done. Secondly, and extremely importantly, remember, Sputnik also said today, Dr. Reddy's laboratory came up with a note saying that once mass production starts, this price will come down. Now coming to the second part of it, GST. Why doesn't the central government do away with GST? there was a letter addressed to Mamata Banerjee in which Nirmala Sitharaman ji, the finance minister, has addressed the concern. She has said that, well, look, it would be counterproductive if we do away with the minimal GST that is being put on these in product. Because of GST, in fact, the manufacturers are able to do away. They are able to offset the input tax, offset the input service tax, and they're not passing this cost to the consumers. If we do away with the GST, they will not be in a position to claim the reclaim. Remember, because of the input ITC that they get. So that if once they do not get the ITC, they are going to pass off this cost to the consumers. And what today is 948 rupees would be costlier for the consumer.
डॉक्टर पात्रा जी, हार्ट अटैक और जो जेब में जो हमारे आप कैंची चला रही हैं, ये हम किसको पास ऑन करें, ये बता दीजिए बस. ये सवाल है. Isn't that the question, रिजू दत्ता? You know, who are we supposed to pass on? टैक्स भी हमसे ले लो, पेट्रोल के दाम भी हमसे ले लो, जीएसटी भी हमसे ले लो, लेकिन ऑक्सीजन चाहिए होगा तो हम ऑक्सीजन के अभाव में बिना सांस लिए मर जाएंगे. रिजू दत्ता, in the middle of a pandemic, to justify this, there are differential prices. Look at the various GDPs. Compare India's GDP. It's 2.87 lakh crore dollars. USA's 10 times our GDP, 21.43 lakh crore dollars. And look at the price of vaccines there. It's $300. What are we paying? 600, 1200, 995, 1500 in some cases. Riju Datta, is this justified?
Navika ji, again, I will ask very pointed questions. Now, my first question is, नहीं आप जवाब तो देंगे. आप लोग तो आपसे और प्रधानमंत्री से जवाब ही मांग रहे हैं ना. आप तो
आप क्वेश्चन ही पूछिए बस.
First question, why is the finance minister of our country who called the demonetization and GDP slump act of God, मैं तो onion नहीं खाता हूँ, and now she's
demonetization and onion, how does onion and demonetization?
No.
Onion is not a part of the vaccine, my friend.
Okay, once
why bring onion into this?
Why is the finance minister of this country so reluctant to call GST council meeting? Number one. Number two, this free market economics is completely nonsensical now. Why indigenous vaccines in India are more costly than abroad? Now, my other question is, do you or the Prime Minister or the Finance Minister knows the per capita income of every resident of this country? Do you think the people who stays in rural India will be paying 995 rupees or 1200 rupees for a vaccine
Navika,
jab?
5 seconds.
Or
Riju Datta, allow me to come here. Allow me to come in here. You are saying why is the Indian vaccine more expensive? एक तो हमारे indigenously produced one vaccine है which can be the magic potion for this country. उसको भी आप incentive नहीं देना चाहते हैं और आप कह रहे हैं कि उसको उतना दाम मत दो. Why will anybody invest in science and research, Mr. Riju Datta? Why will anybody invest? कोई यहाँ
only said no. This is an incentivized demand. So ठीक है.
Can I have 5 seconds now?
मेरा last thing, Samit ji, last thing. When you say that the finance minister has said कि GST का पैसा goes back to the states as well. So I will talk only about my state, which is Bengal. The central government owes us more than 80,000 crores in GST and 10,000 crores in tax devolution. तो हमारा पैसा आप देते नहीं हो, फिर लोगों को ये भी बोल रहे हो कि स्टेट को आधा पैसा दे रहा है, इसलिए फिर एक नया जुमला बोल लोगों के से भी पॉकेट से भी पैसा ले.
Navika, 5 seconds. Navika, can I please have 5 seconds?
Dr. Patra, Dr. Patra.
Navika, I'm just going to read out 2 statements, and you would be astonished. That day also we were in debate, and my good friend Dr. Suman Siraman was also a part of it. This is Abhishek Manu Singhvi's statement on March 18, 2021, and I quote, "With the advent of the wave, shouldn't the centre open up the vaccine market for all concerned and allow private players to apply to all means available? Desperate times call for desperate measures indeed." And the next statement is by Mr. Shashi Tharoor. The statement is, and I quote, "The government should have allowed the vaccine to be sold in open market at a marginally higher price so that people have the choice to take what they want. This is what the opposition was crying then.
Dr. Patra, what is your obsession with Congress?
Modi ji, please do this. Modi ji, do this. Modi ji, do this.
What is your obsession with Rahul Gandhi and Indian National Congress? Keep that aside. आप बताइए.
Why keep that aside? You were jumping with this only that day.
Dr. Suman Siraman.
GST. Why there is 12% GST on
Dr. Suman Siraman, let's be a little logical. You know, there was immense pressure. You know, and you saying that, oh, it doesn't matter. Nobody listens to Rahul Gandhi. He's redundant in Indian politics. Well, he's a member of parliament. The 44 or 54 that there are in from the Congress party. So is Shashi Tharoor and Dr. Abhishek Manu Singhvi, also a member of parliament in the Rajya Sabha. These people have made these suggestions. They have put pressure on the government. You can't have it both ways. You can't suggest one thing one day and for your own politics, convenient politics, say the other thing the other day.
No, 1 second. First of all, this debate is about the GST issue. Already, taxation experts have come out publicly and pointed out that there are two ways in which the input credits can be claimed by the manufacturer of the vaccine, and at the same time, the burden is not passed on to the consumer. And the first method is what is called provide an abatement for a limited period on the subject to a particular taxable value. And the second method is to have a scheme where the GST is refunded to the manufacturer on the assumption that he does not burden the consumer. Now, these two measures both of these require one simple meeting of the GST Council, which, by the way, has not happened for the last 6 months, right? So a simple meeting of the GST Council will end this issue of GST being levied for the sake of the input credit which the manufacturer will avail, and therefore will be able to save costs on that. So this is a simple way of dealing with this. This has already been pointed out. So I don't even know why this debate is being had.
And you don't have any answers for the double speak of the opposition. All right, let me go to Shehzad Poonawalla. Shehzad Poonawalla, I want to ask you, you know, Rahul Gandhi तो कुछ भी बोल सकते हैं, अभिषेक मनु सिंह भी कुछ भी बोल सकते हैं, वो सब बुरा नहीं लगता.
Rahul Gandhi relevant
here? एक ही response. He is not relevant. He is only here every morning to give his tweets and his gyan, but he is not relevant. Neither is Shashi Tharoor relevant. But I want to ask you, Shehzad Poonawalla, I want to ask you, you know, this is very convenient for the opposition. When it comes to questioning their double speak, they will shoot and scoot and they will say, we are not relevant, आप जो मर्जी करो. And अगर Prime Minister करे जो मर्जी, तो problem है उसके साथ, हर चीज के साथ problem है. Shehzad?
First, Navika Kumar, let me just tell you, when I thought that I am giving this 100 rupees to Mr. Sambit Patra, I had 100 rupees of GST going to Sambit Patra. But actually, I thought that 100 rupees is not going to Sambit. Actually, from this 100% goes to Sambit Patra, 50% goes to state. But then Sambit Patra takes out that another 41% and gives it to Ridhu. That is from my 100 rupees, which I think Sambit Patra, and actually, so this is the fact. Now I'll tell you one more fact. I have manufactured my vaccine for 50 rupees. Profit of 60%. Then the cost.
I have a problem with your audio.
Can you hear me?
I have a problem with your audio. But Dr. Patra, there is one question that I want to ask you. Now, we are not a country that's worse off than Bangladesh. Bangladesh is giving vaccines to their people in $300. हमारा ये हाल क्यों कर रहे हैं, पात्रा जी?
See, Navika, we are giving vaccine for free. Why $300? I mean, please take my word. The bulk of this country is going to get vaccinated for free. The government is procuring Covishield for 150 rupees, and it is in fact giving. And the central government does not store all these vaccines in the Parliament building or in Nirman Bhavan. It sends it out to the states. So please, for God's sake, let's not have this dichotomy: center versus state. Everything that we have belongs to the state.
Ghanshyam Tiwari, ये जो opposition all this while wants to earn brownie points from the public in their states, why don't they pay for these vaccines and make it free. Why cry about the GST or the differential pricing? After all, these vaccines are difficult to get and they cost what they cost. Nobody is bargaining with you today for vaccine prices. So state government should put 50% to center free में दे ही रहा है states को. बाकी का पैसा तो आप भी बोलिए, आप हर वक्त सिर्फ मोदी में फॉल्ट ढूंढते रहेंगे क्या?
Well, Navika ji, I don't know, at a time when the nation has to be united, there has to be one team on behalf of the entire country who's fixing every issue that is on the table. I don't know what is worse. What is worse is whether the health ministers of different states, the chief minister of the different states are fighting out with the government, and central government is busy protecting its image, or that we are discussing an issue that no one is going to look at this debate and decide upon. There is a GST Council. There are institutional mechanisms that has to solve this. I don't think our opinion on this
you just exposed yourself, Ghanshyam Tiwari, because in the previous debate, I asked you, why does the country not stand united? Why do you mock the Prime Minister every time he says something? But in the second debate, because the footing of the bill for the free vaccines, at least 50% of it falls on the states, तो आपको united होना याद आ जाता है. असल में बात ये है कि बोलने के लिए तो आप सही हैं, जहां पैसे डालने पड़े, wherever you have to put the money where the mouth is, that is when you begin to remember the power of being united. Well, I do hope in this country, the opposition realizes the fact that the power of the country really is in staying united. And if there is a problem on all of these fronts, then united is the only way to go. And therefore, stop mocking each other, stop looking for political brownie points, get together, work with the center, find solutions for the people of India, because they elect you and you are accountable to them. That's the big takeaway that politicians need to start believing in. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for joining me on this big debate on the vaccine pain of the pricing. And I want to just put a report in front of our viewers today. For the last few weeks, Delhi has faced acute shortage of oxygen, forcing many hospitals to send out desperate SOS calls for help. The Aam Aadmi Party and the centre have indulged in a heated blame game in the courts. The Kejriwal government has pinned the entire blame on the doorstep of the Modi government for failing to provide Delhi with the adequate supply of oxygen. But a survey by Petroleum and Explosives Safety Organization under the Government of India shows that it may be lack of storage capacity in Delhi that's causing Delhi to gasp for a breath of life. The survey shows that while Delhi government kept harping on the demand of around 700 metric tons of oxygen per day over the course of the last few weeks, it failed to even lift the oxygen available with these plants, and they were writing letters to these plants to store the oxygen supplies for them, and in return blaming the centre for this entire issue. And unless and until an oxygen audit was done as recommended by the Supreme Court appointed panel, we wouldn't have known about these truths. Madhav Das Gopalakrishnan joining me. Madhav, double speak of the Delhi government out through this report?
Well, Navika, the report certainly, of course, raises very serious questions of the Delhi government, which has demanded 700 metric tons going up to 975 metric tons per day, when the reality is that storage capacities were woefully inadequate. This PESO report very clearly states in the national capital. It also goes on to state that, shockingly, in places such as Jharsuguda, while the Delhi government was not able to even pick up the allocated amount of oxygen, closer home to Delhi in Roorkee and Rohtak, so a part of that was picked up, and then they were told, the companies were told, keep that oxygen there stored away. So why was the capacity that was allotted not fully utilized? What's even more shocking is that certain companies say that the Delhi government returned 72 metric tons of oxygen after keeping it for a day. Many
no tankers to pick it up, no storage capacity, yet SOSs after SOS, turnaround time being increased, and every bit of oxygen taken away by Delhi was oxygen taken away from some other states. Well, is that justified? Think about it. But ladies and gentlemen, before I wrap up, I want to leave you with these pictures of a minister, power minister and electricity minister from Mizoram, R. Lal Zirliana. And this is the minister, ladies and gentlemen, who's in a COVID ward, affected by COVID, but mopping the floors in his COVID ward, because that's what he is, an ordinary man. That's a refreshing picture. The MLA from the Mizo National Front. Well, hats off to you for mopping the floor in your own COVID ward. Maybe other politicians should also take a lesson from his book. Thank you. Good night. Stay safe during the weekend, and I'll see you on the News Hour on Monday.
You were watching the News Hour at 9. Stay tuned.